tax myth. So someone wants to know what's a common tax myth that you wish people would stop believing in, that everyone thinks is true.
Man, that's a good question. There's a bunch of them. I guess the worst one is that, oh, I don't want to make more because it's going to put me into a higher bracket. That's probably the worst one. We'll just talk federal here. So at federal, there's the 10% bracket, the 12% bracket, 22, 24, 32, 35, 37. And then there may be additional charges depending on other things, like the net investment income tax or the additional Medicare tax, things like that. So if I'm in the 22% bracket and I make more and I get pushed into the 24% bracket, does that mean I paid more taxes than I was before? Yes, but only on the additional income. So I'm still paying 10% on the first chunk. I'm still paying 12% on the second chunk. I'm still paying 22% on the third chunk, and I'm only going to be paying 24% on that fourth chunk of incomes. It's a marginal tax rate, meaning that it's always the next dollar, right? So your as you make more money, your overall average rate does increase. That is true. It's not, oh, I'm gonna end up with less money in my pocket if I make more. That's probably the most pernicious myth, and that's just for people who don't understand how the brackets work, which is a lot of people.
Yeah.
What else? Another one that I've heard is part of the way the tax law works is you're required to report all income from all sources. And that is true no matter where in the world that income comes from. It's true of no matter how big or small. So some people say, I didn't get a 1099, so I don't have to report it. That's not how that works. 1099 is just a piece of paper. You're still required to report stuff. And then if you do stuff correctly or with proper planning, usually it's going to be to your advantage. And especially if you have like business type income. So most small businesses report on what's called a Schedule C, which is a sole proprietorship for tax purposes, meaning that it's just you operating as a business. I talked to a guy yesterday who's in construction and running as a Schedule C. So even if you're an LLC and you file a Schedule C, you're still, for tax purposes, you're still operating as a sole proprietor. And the sole proprietorships are the most audited thing. And it's because it has the most people playing the most stupid games. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And it's because part of the thing that I want to change in the world is that these small businesses are getting either no advice because they're just doing it all themselves, or they're getting bad advice. And they are reporting it in this way, along with, people who are either reporting things wrong or are just outright making things up, which is both of which are not good. So I guess the myth there is that don't do things in a bad way. So I wish people would understand that it's yes, there's more complexity and more cost to doing things in a better way, but it comes out ahead when you factor in like the full picture. Just do things better.
Right. Tax planning.
Yeah,
Plan ahead. Be
plan
proactive.
ahead.
Yes.